Hello Genshin refugees. If you just started playing Wuthering Waves, there's a new player trap in this update that could actually mess everything up if you don't pay attention to what you're doing, and that's this limited one-time banner for new players. Basically, it's a one-time banner where you can roll for any of the characters guaranteed on this list. No 50-50, but it's only one-time use. So real quick, I just want to make sure to tell newer players who should they be picking for this selector and why. I'm going to tell you the best case uses, if they're even usable at all, why they're good, why they're bad, and that's about it. All right, so straight up, these two are the best off rip. Like Augusta and Farlova absolutely destroy everybody on this list, and it's not even close. Augusta is Electro main DPS, but the thing is, she's extremely free to play friendly. Like, you just get this character, get her signature, use Mortefi, who's a 4-star to buffer heavy attack damage, use Verena, which you should have an S1 Verena from just playing the game because of this update, and you have like a meta ready team that can just carry you throughout the whole game as a new player. Then you have Farlova, who's probably the most versatile DPS in this game. She's a Havoc main DPS, but she can also be used as a sub DPS. She also deals echo skill damage, which is a meta damage type, but if you want to know more about that, you can watch my new player guide video in the link description. But yeah, she's probably one of the most future-proof characters in the game. It's hard to find a team that she doesn't fit somehow into. Now, the rest of these characters are not meta-defining characters, but they do have certain use cases, and if you're super into them, or if you have a character that would work with them, then I could see you picking these characters maybe. So Yuno is an arrow support. She buffs heavy attack, she shields, heals, and does a lot of damage for a healer. I'm not gonna lie. Her issue is her damage is extremely single target, and aside being a sub DPS for Augusta, she doesn't have any teams that exactly need her, though you can place her on a lot of different aerial teams, or just she's a good character if you just want to have fun with some non-meta teams, but I wouldn't get her if my main goal was to beat endgame. She's also versatile, though. You can make her into a main DPS pretty easily, and you can clear endgame with her. It's just she's not the best choice. The next person on this list is Karchona. Karchona is a pretty decent arrow sub DPS. The problem is she's designed for one character who's ironically also on this roster, and that's Kartithia. But the issue with these two characters is they really need each other to function. I'd say Karchona's a little better than Kartithia because at the end of the day, she's an arrow sub DPS that does negative status, which is also a very important damage type for endgame. And realistically, you could make a kind of scuffed team and pair her with any aerial DPS, though she won't be the best in slot. Phoebe is a sub DPS negative status user, but she's just like Zani in that she kind of needs Zani to function. Technically, she has a DPS mode and a sub DPS mode, but the game's been so HP inflated and power crept that you're not getting much done with this character in terms of damage. Her real role is just buff Zani, so it's the same situation. If you have her but don't have Zani, you're kind of screwed. If you have Zani but you don't have her, you're also screwed. Now, Brant is also a very odd case. He's not the worst character, but he's also not the best. He's a jack of all trade, master of none. Once upon a time, he was pretty good. He shields, provides heals, and he has this one anchor attack that is very satisfying and does a ton of damage, but he's kind of just been power crept. It's funny, there's a new fusion male DPS coming out that also has shield, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna destroy Brant in the meta. And besides, Brant is kind of a gay pirate, so nobody wants to pick him. And then here we have units I would generally just tell you not to pull. These units on these lists, I would say if you pulled them, you might have screwed your account over. Zani. Zani has a very restrictive playstyle. She is a negative status user that cannot apply negative stat. Make it make sense. That's how she was designed. Don't ask me. Basically, she needs another person on this roster called Phoebe, but you can only get one character. And if you don't have Phoebe and you have this character, you'll have to use Spectral Rover on her team in order for it to work. But Rover is a very busy character. He uses different elements, so you're not always going to want to use him with Zani. So mainly the issue with Zani is she's a DPS that is completely reliant on her sub DPS to actually function, and it's not an exaggeration. And her free to play option doesn't even scratch the end game. You need Phoebe to touch end game, so she's a 2-for-1, but you can only pick one character, so you'd be ultra screwed if you pick Zani. All the issues that are issue for Zani, the same thing can be said for Kartithia, who's the next on my list. She's an aerial status user, but can't do much by herself. She needs Karchona or she's not functioning in the end game. Also, if you don't get her signature weapon on the banner, you can't use her because she scales with HP and there's no free to play HP swords that really work with her. So she's super restrictive and she kind of falls behind the meta, even worse than Zani. So that's pretty much all I gotta say. Don't get baited by the banner. If this helped you in any way, like, subscribe, hype the video. It helps a lot.